Maturity, forged by experience, not age. Maturity is often mistaken for a byproduct of age, but it's far more intricate, shaped by life's trials, reflections, and the freedom to navigate both. Society may peg 18 as the gateway to adulthood, but true maturity doesn't follow a timeline. It emerges from grappling with reality, its highs, lows, and hard truths. Age alone doesn't bestow wisdom, and shielding people from experiences can stunt their growth just as much as inexperience itself. Age doesn't equal maturity. The idea that hitting 18, 30, or even 70 automatically makes someone mature is a fallacy. Legal adulthood at 18 grants rights, voting, signing contracts, facing criminal trials, or making adult content, but it doesn't guarantee emotional depth or sound judgment. Teenagers newly adult at 18 often feel they've unlocked life's secrets. They push boundaries, test social hierarchies, and seek control, convinced they've outgrown childhood. Yet, many lack the perspective to navigate life's complexities. This isn't exclusive to youth. Plenty of elderly people cling to immature traits, pettiness, selfishness, or inflexibility, despite decades of life. On the flip side, those who face adversity early often mature faster. A young person shaped by trauma, loss, or heavy responsibilities learns to see through society's facades, hypocrisy, fleeting trends, or empty promises. They develop a sharper lens on human nature, not because they wanted to, but because life demanded it. This accelerated maturity isn't universal, but it's a testament to how experience, not age, drives growth. The slow path to wisdom. Most people don't approach true maturity until their late 30s or early 40s. It takes decades for the mind and heart to settle, moving beyond frivolous pursuits like chasing status, fleeting thrills, or external validation. Maturity shows in self-awareness, emotional resilience, and prioritizing meaning over impulse. It's less about what you've done and more about how you've processed it. Each failure, broken relationships, career missteps, or personal betrayals offers a chance to reflect and evolve. Those who embrace these lessons grow. Those who don't, regardless of age, stagnate. The contradiction of adult status. Society's treatment of 18-year-olds reveals a paradox. Globally, 18 marks adulthood with full accountability for choices, from legal contracts to criminal acts. Yet some dismiss these young adults as children, infantilizing their decisions or shielding them from consequences. This mixed message, "you're responsible but not really," undermines the autonomy needed for growth. Treating 18-year-olds as incapable delays their ability to learn from mistakes, a critical step toward maturity. Meanwhile, a vocal group of young people, often amplified online, exudes a false sense of maturity. They brand their opinions as ultimate truth, cloaking inexperience in moral superiority or virtue signaling. Harassing others for living authentically or policing behavior under the guise of righteousness isn't mature. It's arrogance rooted in limited perspective. True maturity requires empathy and self-awareness, qualities honed through time and hard-won lessons, not performative outrage. Denying experience stifles growth. One of the greatest barriers to maturity is denying people the freedom to live and learn. When society or sanctimonious peers shames or shuts down others for their choices, it creates a culture of repression, constantly criticizing people for exploring, taking risks, or simply being themselves stifles the very experiences that foster growth. Maturity doesn't bloom in a vacuum. It requires the messiness of trial and error, the sting of failure, and the joy of discovery. Shaming someone for their lifestyle, opinions, or mistakes doesn't elevate them. It traps them. It pushes people to suppress their instincts, avoid risks, or conform to a narrow mold, all of which halt the experiential learning that maturity demands. For example, young adults berated online for their beliefs or creative pursuits may withdraw, fearing judgment, and miss out on the confidence-building process of self-expression. Similarly, overprotective parents or rigid communities that limit exposure to diverse ideas or challenges produce adults who lack the resilience to navigate life's complexities. Letting people live without relentless condemnation creates space for them to stumble, reflect, and grow. A 20-year-old who's free to experiment with careers, relationships, or ideologies will learn more about themselves than one cowed into compliance by fear of criticism. Maturity thrives when people are trusted to forge their own paths, not when they're policed into submission. Maturity is often misconstrued, being wrongly typified by age or societal milestones. It is essential to grasp that maturity is an intricate journey, evolving with each experience. The balanced individual thrives amid chaos, harnessing life's tumult to glean wisdom. In this context, learning from pain becomes a cornerstone. Every setback is transformed into an opportunity for growth. It's not merely about traversing the path of life, but engaging with its challenges, learning from mistakes, and emerging stronger. True maturity is marked by the ability to process these experiences with grace and introspection. Contrary to popular belief, maturity is not synonymous with advancing years. The 18-year-old exploring their identity amidst a whirlwind of emotions doesn't lack maturity. Rather, they are in a transformative phase. They are carving their understanding of the world, grappling with uncertainties that are vital to their evolution. On the flip side, age doesn't equate to wisdom. Those who cling to resentments, believing that their years confer insight, miss the essence of maturity. It resides not in accumulated years, but in an openness to reevaluate and release the burdens of the past. A wise individual embraces the lessons of life, the mistakes and triumphs, without the weight of unnecessary grudges. Moreover, the loud voices online, often misidentified as mature, lack true depth. Their proclamations echo but do not resonate with the subtleties of understanding granted by introspection. Maturity necessitates acknowledging one's flawed humanity. It involves listening and valuing the perspectives of others. The individual overwhelmed by shame or the fear of judgment remains enshrouded, unable to experience the breadth of life that fosters wisdom. These experiences are paramount. They serve as a vital tapestry that enriches one's understanding of self and others, cultivating a mature outlook. To be mature, one must embrace freedom, the freedom to explore, stumble, and rise anew. Maturity flourishes when individuals confront life authentically, allowing experiences to shape their views and choices. It's this fearlessness in embracing life's unpredictable nature that fosters mental growth. So, as we navigate through the myriad of experiences life offers, let us remember that maturity is not a destination. It is a journey of perpetual evolution, bound by the lessons learned along the way. It is in the crucible of life that true maturity is forged. By Scott Young, aka Synfamous Gamer.